Hi, everybody, and welcome back. As you can probably tell, I feel so much better. It's like night and day. For those of you who don't know, I posted the previous vlog, but basically, I caught the stomach virus from hell. I mean, it was terrible. I went into the doctor, and she's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have this for 7 to 10 days." I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable, and you can totally tell in my last vlog. It's awful. Um, it was it was so miserable that like you get back and you're like, oh, I can eat food now, and I'm all like, I don't know if I want to. I'm getting there, I'm feeling a bit better, but mostly I got sleep, so I just feel much better. But yeah, so this week's goals. Last week, I kind of dumbed down what I wanted to accomplish because I felt so bad. I still wanted to have goals, but I didn't want to make them unattainable. Like it wasn't my normal workload. I was sleeping like 16 hours a day. It just wasn't a good plan, right? But I didn't want to do nothing. So what I did is I still focused on meeting my 3 email sequence, right? Like I still wanted to get that written. So while I was sitting in bed all day long, I just brought a notepad with me to the bed and I just wrote out my emails by hand. I didn't want to have a laptop because I get distracted by like Facebook and anything that chimes at me or dings at me. It's like, oh, squirrel, I can't focus. So I just took the notepad and just sat there, ate a salad, and just wrote out all the emails. And I had the TV going, but it was on mute, and just got through it. Like what else am I gonna do? I'm sitting there all day long, just being miserable, right? So I got that done, and I'm really happy about it. So my goal this week, just kind of jumping ahead a little bit, is I'm going to put in those email sequences into Mailchimp, and I'm using the free version of Mailchimp. So we're going to kind of test that out. I've never really used them, so I've always been Constant Contact, but Constant Contact is having a lot of limitations. Like I can't customize my thank you pages the way that I want to, and the wording that's on the ones that they provide doesn't necessarily make sense when you are selling like a product versus a service. It's like the wording refers to one but not the other, and it's confusing for the end user, and I don't want that. So I'm going to try Mailchimp and see how that goes. But I also added a / email to my this right here. I added a creationdepot.com / email domain. That's what I was looking for, to my website, because as I was looking at, if you guys don't follow Ed Troxel, I mentioned him in the last one. He is a tech guru. Like if you have something broken, he knows how to fix it, and it's great, right? And I'm pretty tech savvy, but sometimes I run up against Macs. I'm not a Mac person, which may surprise you since I'm a designer, but I'm not a Mac person. I don't even like iPhones. And I had a client that really needed them, or had Macs, but they really needed technical support. So I referred him over to them, and it worked out fantastic. Really recommend him, is what I'm getting at. But he was saying, in one of his live broadcasts, he said, go out and go to my website at troxel.com and sign up for my email list. I got to his homepage and I couldn't find it. I couldn't figure out where I'm supposed to sign up because I was looking for email list. What he had on his homepage was sign up for my freebie, sign up for my giveaway. And I was thinking, man, if I start doing this in my YouTube videos, I need to have something that's really easy to say that just doesn't give anybody any other option. They just go there and it's done, right? Like they're not searching for anything. Like I had to sign up for a freebie. I didn't really care about the freebie. I didn't want the freebie. I just wanted to be on the list. I wanted to see what he was doing with his email sequences. That was my like behind the scenes like reason for doing it. I wanted to see what he was doing so that I not copy it, but kind of get ideas for what I wanted to do with mine. And he gave me a ton of good ideas. Like what came through was really unique compared to a lot of the stuff that I was looking at. So it was great. But I didn't like that one part of it. So I went ahead and created my own little, you go to creationdepot.com / email. The only thing that's on it is just a form. Sign up for the email. That's it. You get added to the list. You don't get anything except a thank you and a confirmation for signing up. That's it. Nothing else. So that was that. And then I did the accountability blog where I really didn't want to post it because I looked and felt terrible. But I didn't want to skip a week. I didn't want to be that channel that doesn't have, just is so sporadic, and doesn't really put it up there, because it's like sometimes you got to work when you're sick, and that's real life. And especially if you're a freelancer. I'm not a freelancer. I do extra work. I work a 9 to 5, and then during my off hours, I work on my stuff. But real life, if you're sick, you can't do anything. And I needed to portray that, even though I just wanted to go back to bed. So I did the accountability blog, and I got rid of one filing box. So this week's goals is that I'm getting rid of one more filing box, and I've only got 2 left. So after next week, next week's a short week because it's Thanksgiving. My calendar's over here. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna try to get rid of it. But after next week, I won't have any more filing cabinets in my office. That is gonna be great. I've got my one main one, but no more boxes. And a lot of the stuff that's in boxes is from my client. I've been in business technically since 2008. I mean, it's been a freelance side business for that long. And then it was my legit real business, my only source of income for like 4 years. But then I got pregnant, and then I was like, I need to have healthcare. And, you know, I had healthcare before, but I mean like real healthcare, and not just, you know, if something goes wrong with the baby, that kind of thing. So I needed real stuff. So I went back to work because I wanted benefits. And yeah, that's a whole other story. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. But long story short, a lot of the stuff is from when that era started, like when it was like my full-time gig. So yeah, the filing cabinets, long story short, it's just stuff from back when I first started, and I've just held on to it all these years, and it kept going in more and more filing boxes because I was taking up too much space. So getting rid of it. So I'm already down a lot of files. Like, you should have seen what I threw out in recycling. It was just huge, just huge. So this week's goals: I'm getting rid of one more box. I am putting the write-up of my 3 email sequences into MailChimp. I'm setting up autoresponders because not only do I need to set up the sequences when somebody signs up for my email list, they get fed a series of emails automatically, so we build that relationship. But also, I need to set up autoresponders. Like, I don't even have something that says, thank you for signing up. I mean, I'm sure there's the generic one that MailChimp sends out, but it's not customized. And, you know, I'll just go sign up for Ed's email sequence and you'll see what he does. It's a little bit different, and it's tech smart. So I'm going to follow some of the rules that he put in place and, you know, customize and make them my own, and maybe leave out a few things, but just make it my own and have a really cool email responders as well as the sequence, right? And then the accountability blog, which I'm doing right now. And then I'm also going to put out one training video. I've noticed that I've kind of just been like, oh, I put out my vlog, I don't need to do anything else. That's not going to build my YouTube channel. You know, it's like, I know people want to build a relationship with me, but I also need to be putting out training materials. So I'm going to pick a subject this week and go ahead and knock one out, and that will go up too. I think I'm creating a new series. I was brainstorming a couple ideas while I was in bed, and I am going to pick one of those things and put out like 3 or 4 videos. And this week will be the first of whatever series I decide to go with. I'm still on the fence about what I want to do. So once I know, then I'll put it out there. And that's it for my goals this week. Kids are more or less healthy, which makes me really happy because they were sick before I got sick. Not with the same thing, but I'm looking forward to that. I did just put up, here, I'll put a picture. I just put up my first hoop house. It's way too big. Those arches are like 6 feet tall. They're massive. I didn't mean to do that when I made the hoop house. So gardening is like one of my favorite things to do. And I wanted to do a hoop house this year and just kind of experiment with how that whole thing works. And it's messy, it's junky, but I'm going to enjoy it, and that's really all that matters. So holidays are coming. Thanksgiving is like literally next week, which is crazy. I'm going to have off from work, my regular 9 to 5, 2 days next week. So I'm going to make the best use I can of that. I'm going to have the kids one of the days, and then I'll put them in school partially on Friday, and then figure out the rest from there. And it's going to be awesome. Hopefully we can do something fun, and it won't be snowing. They're starting to say it will. So that's it. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have fun. Bye.